Well, for local school superintendents, one of the more challenging aspects of reopening schools during this pandemic has to do with establishing policies.
Yeah, especially what's going to happen if students or school employees come down with the virus. Steve Alexander with a look at what two school systems are doing.
504, a case by case.
Baldwin County School Superintendent Eddie Tyler said the school system has a new policy for students and employees who become sick with what's suspected to be COVID-19. It includes an isolation area. For instance, students identified with a fever are sent to a nurse who checks for symptoms. If the nurse finds that there may be symptoms,
then they're put in an area where they're protected. If a student comes and they're sick, then they're with the nurse in the nurse's room. Parents are called on all these occasions.
there will be separate areas for students suspected of having COVID and those with other illnesses.
We have a checklist of symptoms for students and employees. A student or employee identified with 2 or more of these symptoms will be sent home.
Tyler says the school system will report to parents at the school each day the number of positive tests and diagnosed cases.
Students will be blocked from returning to school in our attendance system. Students will continue online learning as they are capable through our distance learning system. And parents, all student COVID-related absences will be excused.
In Saraland, City School Superintendent Dr. Aaron Milner says administrators will immediately notify health authorities if a case of coronavirus is diagnosed, as well as those people that medical officials have said need to be identified. But he says time of the day plays a role in what action will be taken immediately.
If this was something that we found out about at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, we're still doing our investigation. It's going to be a challenge to disseminate that information in the transparent manner that we desire to do so in Saraland City Schools. If it happens first thing in the morning, okay, we can immediately have that student removed, or teacher.
And Milner says if parents choose to send their children to brick and mortar schools, he wants them to be aware of this.
It's an airborne virus. We make no guarantees about what can take place. I don't guarantee parents during flu season that their child can't get the flu at our schools.
Steve Alexander, Fox 10 News.